I am Shequite Wilson Johnson. I serve as the Chief Program Officer with the Economic Justice Nonprofit based out of Clarksdale. We also have an office in Jackson. We're Economic Justice Nonprofit serving residents in the state of Mississippi, helping to generate wealth. GAP Leadership Program. And I work with students K through 12th grade, and I also teach parents how to advocate for their children. I think the reason I serve is simple. That's what God created us to do. And I think the reason I started serving, I found that it was a part of whom I was when I started as an AmeriCorps Vista back in 2010. I had an opportunity to serve people who looked like me, who were going through similar struggles. And in the process of me actually going through those struggles, I had an opportunity to learn and share that information. And since then, I've just been doing it. Currently, I serve the entire Mississippi if you're talking about my job. We serve the Delta as well as the entire Mississippi. In my personal endeavor, I serve Sunflower County, but recently I have been asked to kind of branch off into Bolivar County and doing a little bit of work in Washington County. So to be able to create a model where it's able to be replicated, not just in Sunflower County, but across the Delta, because parental engagement is vital, and I think that's one thing that's been taken out of the school system that really needs to be incorporated back in. So I think volunteering is so important simply because what I said earlier, God basically gave to us, and it's our responsibility to give back. And I actually got that quote from my daughter at the age of 12 when she was rewarded by the Prudential Spirit of Community Awards. And that same question was asked upon her. And it made me think, like, that is so true. We can't be walking living beings without actually being a service to mankind. And so ever since then, I have literally been going off of that statement. And if a child see you doing things like that, I think that it passed on from generation to generation. So it's vital that adults do this type of work, but do it in a way where children can actually see them doing it so it can pass down. I grew up in a very rural area in Indianola, Mississippi, and I think what really inspired me to serve is being served. I wouldn't be who I am and where I am today if it wasn't for the community and people serving me. One person that I could really focus on, maybe two, is Linda Smith Miles. She kind of took me in at 3rd grade. And also a Jewish guy named Stanley Freed. These two individuals took me in as a kid and really saw something that other people didn't see. And they started to take me under their wings and give me opportunities, expose me to different things. And because of their service in my life, really made me want to do it when I grow up. And so just kind of add that piece with the AmeriCorps, seeing my daughter looking at me, wanting to do the same things. I knew just from personal experiences how important it was and how valuable it is to be a service to other people. I get out of volunteering and service others happiness. I can go to bed knowing that I did something for someone. A lot of times people say, I don't want to help because I don't want to take people's problems home with me. But we just have to be able to separate that and be able to understand that the little things you do matter. It can be the smallest things, just a simple hello, or smile, or simple I love you. They can really make a person's day. And so if I can do that for one person every day, I have no issue with serving. I think my favorite memory in service was actually an encounter with my daughter. I was working at Delta Health Alliance, and there was this guy. He always slept in what we call the free part. And for some reason, the county or the city, someone took the benches out of their free part. And so those individuals had nowhere to go. And so he was wandering around. And every holiday, we would take him a plate and sometimes a gift. And I gave him a pocket watch, like 2 years prior to this incident. And we gave him the plate. He was like, hold on. I got something to show you. He pulled out that pocket watch. And it let me know then that people really pay attention and value when people do the smallest things. And that small gesture cost me maybe $10. But it was something worthwhile, something that I have carried in my heart, and a memory that my daughter will always remember. And I think the most touching thing about that moment was she didn't react in a negative way when he came in, because he was on her side of the car. And when he came to the window, she was like, hey, wasn't scared. And a lot of times she would bring that one incident up. And that was our last day ever seeing him. I haven't seen him since. But that happy thought is in my mind. And wherever he is now, I know that I made a difference. We made a difference in his life. if we can get more people to do just small gestures like that, we could really make a difference. But also make sure when people lead and they're put in positions, think about what you're doing. So taking that space away really affected a lot of people. If they weren't harming anybody in that vicinity, that was their home. And a lot of people, they didn't have a home once that was taken away. And so, yeah, I just think more people should take those small acts of kindness and do it on a regular basis.